Welcome, my friend. Come closer. Sit down. Take a slow breath with me. I want you to know something before this video begins. You are safe here. You are seen here. Nothing you have been carrying in silence will be used against you in this room. So put your phone face down. Lower your shoulders. Let your jaw soften for the first time today. I made this video for a very specific kind of person, so listen carefully, because I think one of these is you. If you feel like nobody recognizes who you are becoming, only who you used to be, this video is for you. If you are tired of explaining yourself to people who already decided who you are, this video is for you. If you are quietly outgrowing your old life, your old crowd, your old voice, but you do not have the words to say it yet, this video is for you. And if you have been thinking very quietly, I think I need to disappear for a while, and you feel guilty for thinking that, this video is especially for you. Maybe you are someone who has been smiling for a long time, while quietly running out of fuel inside. Maybe you are someone who keeps showing up for everyone else, while no one is showing up for you. Maybe you are someone who is tired of being known by people who do not actually know you. Maybe you are someone who senses, deep down, that the next version of your life cannot be built on the loud streets of the old one. If any of those sentences just touched something soft in you, then please, stay. This video was written for you, with care and with patience. Because here is what most people will not tell you. Some seasons of life are not meant to be public. Some seasons are sacred. Some seasons are private rooms with the door gently closed. The version of you that is being built right now is too tender, too new, too important to be handed around for everyone to comment on. The world will tell you that growth must be loud, that change must be announced, that every chapter of your life needs an audience to be valid. The world is wrong about that. The deepest growth in human history has always happened quietly, behind closed doors, inside long walks, in journals no one will ever read, in tears nobody saw, in the small, slow, unglamorous discipline that no algorithm will ever reward. That is the kind of growth this video is about. So today, I am going to walk with you through 9 steps. 9 quiet, honest, healing steps on how to disappear and how to come back stronger. This is not about ghosting people. This is not about punishing anyone. This is not about disappearing to make someone miss you. This is about retreating into your own life so you can rebuild your own self. And here is my dual promise to you. By the end of this video, you will have a clear, gentle plan for your own season of silence. You will know how to step back without becoming bitter, how to rebuild without becoming hard, and how to return without losing what you found in the dark. That is the first promise. The second promise is this. Because every sentence in this video is slow, simple, and clear, your English will get stronger, while your heart gets stronger. You will learn the words for what you have been feeling. You will hear how a calm sentence sounds. You will train your tongue and your soul at the same time. That is the gift this channel was made for. So before we begin, do me one small favor. Tap the subscribe button. Not for me, for the version of you that is going to walk out of this video braver than the one who walked in. Subscribing is just a quiet way of saying, I am ready to take care of myself again. That is all it is. Now, take one more deep breath with me. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Good, because the journey we are about to walk is a season. It has 4 parts, and you should know them now so you do not get lost. First, you will retreat. Second, you will reset. Third, you will rebuild. And fourth, you will return. Retreat, reset, rebuild, return. These 9 steps move slowly through that arc. Step 1 is permission. Step 9 is the doorway back into the world. Everything in between is the sacred middle. Some of these steps will feel like relief. Some will feel like grief. Some will feel like both at the same time. That is normal. That is the work. You are not broken. You are becoming. So let us begin. Gently, quietly, with our shoulders down and our hearts open. Step 1. Give yourself permission to disappear. Before you can rebuild anything real, you need permission. Not from your mother, not from your boss, not from the people who have opinions about your life from very far away. From you, the deepest, oldest part of you. The part that has been quietly asking for a quieter life for a long time. Most of us never give ourselves permission to step back. We feel guilty for being tired. We apologize for being quiet. We treat rest as a small theft from the people who depend on us. And here is the truth most people never accept. You cannot rebuild a life while still performing the old one. You cannot heal in front of an audience that liked you better when you were bleeding. You cannot grow in soil that everyone keeps stepping on. Disappearing is not abandonment. Disappearing is gardening. The seed disappears under the soil before it becomes a tree. The caterpillar disappears inside the cocoon before it becomes a wing. The river disappears underground for miles before it returns as a spring. None of those things are running away. All of them are becoming. Imagine a small wooden cabin in a quiet forest. The roof is a little tired. The windows are dusty. Inside there is a table, a candle, a kettle, and a single chair. No phone. No mirror full of opinions. No clock measuring your worth in hours. Outside the cabin, the forest hums softly. Birds, wind, rain on the leaves. That cabin is the season you are entering. Not forever, just for now. A small place where the only person allowed to speak about your life is you. There was a woman named Selena. From the outside, Selena had everything. A loud job, a loud apartment, a loud phone full of people who loved her on the surface. But inside, Selena was disappearing in the worst way. She was disappearing into other people's expectations. One Sunday evening, she sat on her kitchen floor and whispered, "I think I am vanishing in the wrong direction." That sentence cracked something open. The next day, she told her boss she needed 2 weeks. She told her group chat she would be slow to reply. She told her own face in the mirror, "You are allowed to be quiet for a while." Selena did not run away. She came home to herself. She later said, "I did not lose anything important during those weeks. I only lost the noise that was wearing my name." So today, my friend, your first step is permission. Sit somewhere quiet. Put your phone face down. Say out loud, very gently, "I am allowed to disappear for a while. Not from my life, from the noise around it." Notice if your eyes get a little wet. That is your soul saying thank you. Then, write one sentence in a notebook. "I give myself permission to be quiet for a season." That is it. No long explanation, no public announcement. The permission is private, because the season is private. And one more small thing. Tell one person who loves you, just one, that you are entering a quiet season. Not for permission, for protection. A simple sentence is enough. "I love you. I'm taking some time to rebuild. I am okay. I will be slower for a little while." That sentence is a kind door, gently closed. It keeps the people who matter from worrying, and the people who do not matter from claiming a piece of your silence. So from today, say this: I am allowed to step back. I'm allowed to be quiet, and from this quiet, I will rebuild. That is step 1. Give yourself permission to disappear. Because no one can build a new life while still performing the old one. Step 2. Choose your sacred silence. Now that you have permission, the second step is to choose where the silence will live. Silence is not the absence of sound. Silence is the presence of yourself. In this season, you need a place where your own voice is the loudest one in the room. Most people fail at retreat because they take their noise with them. They go on a trip, but they bring their phone. They take a day off, but they keep their notifications on. They sit in a quiet room, but they fill it with podcasts about how to fix themselves. Here is the truth most people never accept. You cannot hear yourself in a noisy room. You cannot grow in a season you keep interrupting. You cannot rebuild while still being on call for the old version of your life. So the silence you choose has to be sacred. Sacred just means protected. It means there is a small fence around it, a small "do not enter" sign, a small altar where only you and your real thoughts are allowed to sit. Imagine a single candle in a dark room. Just one. The room is large and the corners are full of shadow, but the candle does not panic. The candle does not try to light the whole room at once. It only lights the small circle around it. In that small circle, you can read, you can breathe, you can write your real thoughts. The candle is not weak because it is small. The candle is brave because it stayed lit. Your sacred silence is that candle. Small, steady, yours. There was a man named Marcus. Marcus had been in a noisy career for 15 years. Phones, emails, meetings about meetings. He was successful and quietly empty. One winter, he rented a small room near the sea for 1 month. The room had a bed, a window, and a kettle. He turned off all notifications and kept his phone in a drawer. The first 3 days were terrible. His mind screamed for stimulation. By day 5, the screaming softened. By day 10, he could hear something he had not heard in years. His own honest voice. He wrote 1 sentence in his notebook that month. I had forgotten what I sounded like. Marcus did not become a monk. He went back to his city. But he kept one rule from that room. Every morning, the first 30 minutes belonged only to him. No phone, no noise. Just the candle of his own quiet thinking. So today, choose your sacred silence. It does not have to be a month by the sea. It can be 30 minutes before sunrise. It can be 1 walk after dinner with no phone. It can be 1 cafe table where no one knows your name. It can be 1 bench in a park, 1 chair by a window, 1 room in your home that you decide is now a temple. Pick the time, pick the place, protect it like a small candle in a draft. Then, put 1 rule on it. No screens, no explaining, no fixing. Just being. And this is important, my friend. Do not wait until your life is calm to begin your sacred silence. The silence is not the reward for a calm life. The silence is the soil that grows a calm life. You build the candle first, and the room arranges itself around the light. Most people get this backwards. They wait for life to give them permission to rest. Life will never do that. You have to take the candle into the room as it is, and trust that the small light is enough to begin. Tell no one where the silence is. That is part of the rule. The moment you make your sacred silence into a story for others, it stops being silence. It becomes content. Keep it bare. Keep it untranslated. Let it be a small place in your day that has no audience but you. So from today, say this. I have a sacred silence. It is small, it is mine, and inside it, I am rebuilding. That is step 2. Choose your sacred silence, because the version of you that is becoming cannot be heard in a crowded room. Step 3. Cut the noise without explaining. You have permission. You have a sacred silence. Now comes a step that is harder than it sounds. You must cut the noise. And you must do it without long explanations, to people who do not deserve a chapter of the book you are still writing. Most of us delay our healing because we are addicted to being understood. We want to disappear, but only if everyone agrees with the reasons. We want to step back, but only if everyone says, yes, you are right to do this. Here is the truth most people never accept. Some people will never understand the version of you that is being built in private. Explaining yourself to them again and again is just slowly bleeding out the energy you need for the rebuild. You do not owe everyone a press conference about your own quiet. You can lower the volume of your life without holding a meeting about it. Imagine a river that has been blocked by a wall of fallen branches. The river is tired. It pushes and pushes, but every branch wants a reason. Why are you flowing this way? Why are you slowing down? Why are you not the same river you were last summer? If the river stops to answer every branch, the river forgets it is a river. So one quiet morning, the river simply chooses a new path. It curves around. It does not argue with the branches. It does not break them in anger. It simply flows where it is freer. The branches stay where they are. The river keeps becoming the sea. You are that river. You do not need to break anyone. You only need to flow. There was a woman named Arya. Arya had a group of friends who liked her loud, available, and constantly entertaining. When she started healing, they kept asking, "Why are you so quiet now? What is wrong with you? Why are you not fun anymore?" For months, Arya tried to explain. She wrote long messages. She apologized for changing. She overshared to be understood. None of it worked. They wanted the old Arya back. Finally, Arya did something simple. She stopped explaining. She just replied less. She showed up less. She used short, kind sentences. "I am taking a quiet season. I am not available for that right now. I love you. I am just resting." She did not slam any doors. She just stopped fighting to be understood. A year later, the friends who really loved her were still there. The ones who only loved her noise were gone. Arya said, "I did not lose friends. I lost echoes." So today, cut the noise. Mute the group chats that drain you. Unfollow the accounts that make you smaller. Turn off the notifications that train you to live in everyone else's emergencies. You do not have to announce any of this. Quiet exits do not need a banner. Then practice short, warm, complete sentences. "Thank you for thinking of me. I cannot right now. I'm taking a quiet season. I will reach out when I can." Say them softly. Say them honestly. Say them without guilt. And let me tell you something that took me years to learn. The guilt you feel for cutting noise is not proof that you are doing something wrong. It is proof that you were trained to be available, even when it cost you yourself. That training is not love. That training is a habit. Habits can be changed. Slowly, with kindness, you can teach yourself a new habit. The habit of being a full human being first, and a useful person second. That order matters. That order is the difference between a life that drains you and a life that holds you. So from today, say this: I do not owe everyone an explanation. I owe myself a rebuild. That is step 3. Cut the noise without explaining. Because the river that keeps arguing with the branches never reaches the sea. Step 4. Audit who really sees you. The 4th step is the most tender one in this whole season. You are going to take a quiet, honest look at the people in your life and ask one simple question. Who actually sees me? And who only sees a version of me that is convenient for them? This is not about cutting people off. This is not about a public list of villains. This is about clarity. Because clarity is the soft floor every rebuild stands on. You cannot heal while constantly pouring yourself into hands that only want the performance. Most people are loved for what they do, not for who they are. They are loved for being available, for being funny, for being strong, for being the person who fixes everything. Here is the truth most people never accept. If you are only loved for what you give, you are not being loved. You are being used kindly. There is a difference. Your soul knows the difference, even when your mouth will not say it. Imagine an old oak in an open field. The oak is huge. Its branches stretch wide. People come from every direction to sit under its shade. Some bring picnics, some bring instruments, some bring tears. The oak gives shade to everyone. But once the oak got sick. Its leaves thinned, its branches drooped. Almost no one came back. They went to find another tree. Only 3 people stayed. They brought water for the roots. They sat through the bare winter. They did not need the shade. They just loved the oak. When the oak grew strong again, it remembered those 3. The oak did not become bitter at the others. The oak just became wiser about where it spent its shade. You are that oak. In this season, you get to learn who came for the shade and who came for you. There was a man named Daniel. Daniel was the strong friend, the fixer, the one everyone called when their lives fell apart. He was proud of being needed. Then Daniel went through his own quiet collapse. He stopped picking up the phone for a few weeks. He stopped solving everyone's problems. Something strange happened. Most of his best friends simply disappeared. They did not check on him. They were busy finding the next strong person. But 3 people stayed. One brought him groceries. One sat with him in silence. One sent him a single text every morning that said, "Still here. No reply needed." Daniel cried when he realized something. I had 100 contacts and 3 friends, and the 3 were enough. So today, audit gently. Take a piece of paper. Write the names of the people closest to you. Next to each name, write one of 2 letters. S for, this person sees me even when I am quiet. U for, this person only knows the useful version of me. Do not show this list to anyone. Do not text anyone in anger. The list is not for action. It is for awareness. Then make a small promise to yourself. The S list gets your honesty. The U list gets your kindness, but not your depth. Save your depth for the people who can hold it. And remember this. An audit is not a verdict. People can move from the U list to the S list when they earn it. And people can drift from the S list to the U list when life gets in the way. This is not a court. This is not a punishment. This is simply you, choosing where the deep parts of your soul are safe. You can love everyone from a respectful distance, but you only owe your deepest self to the small handful of hands that have proven they can hold it without dropping it. So from today, say this. I will pour into hands that hold me back. I will be polite to the rest. And my soul will not be a buffet anymore. That is step 4. Audit who really sees you. Because the oak only stays strong when it remembers who watered the roots. Step 5. Rebuild your body in private. By step 5, the silence is in place. The noise is lower. The people are clearer. Now we move into the rebuild. The first thing you rebuild is the simplest, oldest, most loyal home you will ever own, your body. Most people try to fix their lives with their minds first. They read books, they make plans, they scroll for advice at midnight. Nothing changes. Here is the truth most people never accept. The mind cannot rebuild on top of a tired body. The soul cannot rise inside a body that has been ignored for years. You can read every book in the world, but if you do not sleep, drink water, walk, and eat real food, your healing will stay theoretical. In this season, you are not rebuilding your body for the camera. You are not rebuilding it for old lovers. You are not rebuilding it as revenge. You are rebuilding it because it is the temple you actually live inside. You have been living in that temple like a stranger for too long. Imagine a rusted bicycle left out in the rain for years. The chain is stiff. The seat is cracked. The tires are flat. From far away, the bicycle looks ruined, but a quiet person picks it up. They wipe the rust with a soft cloth. They oil the chain, one drop at a time. They pump the tires gently, day by day. They do not throw the bicycle away because of the rust. They restore it because it remembers how to roll. Your body is that bicycle. It is not ruined. It is just undercared for. Small, daily kindness will bring it back faster than you think. There was a woman named Naomi. Naomi had spent 10 years putting her body last. She ate fast food at her desk. She slept 4 hours. She drank coffee instead of water. She told herself she would take care of her body when life slowed down. Life never slowed down. Then one summer, Naomi disappeared from social media. She did not announce a transformation. She just made 4 small rules. Walk 20 minutes every morning. Drink water before coffee. Sleep at the same time every night. Eat 1 real meal at home. That was it. No gym, no diet, no public progress photos. 6 months later, her sister visited and said, "You look different, lighter, younger. What did you do?" Naomi smiled and said, "I came home to my body, quietly, without telling anyone." So today, rebuild your body in private. Pick 3 small rules, just 3. A walk, a bedtime, a glass of water. Do them every day for this season. Do not post about them. Do not tell anyone you are doing them. Let your body change in privacy. Privacy protects momentum. Then add 1 tender rule. Speak kindly to your body in the mirror. Not flattery, not lies, just gratitude. Thank you, body, for carrying me even when I forgot you. That sentence alone will do more than 1,000 mirrors of criticism. And listen. The reason this step has to be private is not vanity. It is biology. Your body responds to consistency, not to applause. When you tell the world about a new habit too early, the brain releases a small reward as if the habit is already done, and the real habit quietly dies in its sleep. Privacy is the friend of real change. Hold the rebuild close. Let your body surprise you, and then, much later, let it surprise everyone else. So from today, say this: I am restoring my body in private. I am not punishing it. I am bringing it home. That is step 5. Rebuild your body in private. Because the bicycle in the rain never needed to be thrown away. It only needed someone gentle enough to begin. Step 6. Master 1 skill in the dark. The 6th step is where the season starts to feel like a new identity. You are going to choose 1 skill, just 1. You are going to master it in the dark, without an audience, without a hashtag, and without permission from anyone who is not actually doing the work with you. Most people fail at growth because they try to grow in public. They announce the book before the chapter. They post the gym selfie before the strength. They tell everyone they are starting before they have even practiced once. Here is the truth most people never accept. Public ambition without private practice will eat you alive. The applause arrives before the foundation is dry, and the building collapses with everyone watching. In this season, you are doing the opposite. You're practicing 1 skill in a small room with the door closed. No witnesses, no likes, no one cheering. Just you and the slow, beautiful repetition that turns a beginner into a quiet master. Imagine a long road at night with 1 suitcase and you walking with a flashlight. The road is dark. You cannot see the destination. But every step, the flashlight reveals the next 10 feet, and the next 10 feet, and the next 10 feet. You do not need to see the whole road. You only need to see the next 10 feet, every single day. That is what mastering 1 skill in the dark looks like. You are not looking for the finish line. You are trusting the next 10 feet. There was a man named Hugo. Hugo had 1,000 half skills. A little Spanish, a little guitar, a little writing, a little design. He was always starting new things in public and quitting them in public and starting new things again. One year, Hugo got tired of his own noise. He picked 1 skill, writing. He told no one. He woke up at 6 and wrote 300 words a day. Some were terrible. Some were okay. He kept going. After 1 year of silent practice, he had written more than 100,000 words. Almost no one knew. Then one day, He sent a piece to a small magazine. They published it. Then another. Then a small book. People said, "Wow, Hugo, where did this come from?" Hugo just smiled. From the room, no one was watching. So today, choose one skill. Just one. It can be English. It can be writing. It can be cooking. It can be a craft, a language, a sport, an instrument. Whatever it is, choose it because it sets your chest on fire when you imagine being good at it. Then, make a tiny daily promise. 20 minutes. Every day. In private. No announcements. Then, keep a simple notebook. 1 page per day. Date. What you practiced. 1 sentence about how it felt. Nothing fancy, just proof. Prove to yourself that you showed up when no one was clapping. And here is a small secret about mastery in the dark. The first 30 days will feel like nothing. The next 30 days will feel like slow honey. By day 90, something quietly shifts inside you. You stop being a person who is trying the skill. You start being a person who simply does it. The identity changes before the world ever sees the work. That is why this step is so powerful. You are not just learning a skill, you are becoming a different person, in private, while the old life is still wearing your name. So from today, say this: I am learning one thing slowly, in the dark, without applause. And one day, the world will meet a quiet master. That is step 6. Master one skill in the dark. Because the next 10 feet of road will always be enough, if you keep walking. Step 7. Heal what you usually hide. Step 7 is the deepest step. Take a slow breath with me. We are going into the room you usually walk past. The room with the door slightly closed. The room where the things you do not talk about live. Most rebuilding fails because we try to rebuild on top of a wound we never cleaned. We change our hair, we change our city, we change our job, but the wound is still there, quietly bleeding under the new clothes. Here is the truth most people never accept. You cannot outgrow what you refuse to face. You cannot run faster than your unhealed self. The thing you keep hiding will keep writing your story until you sit down with it gently and ask it what it needs. This season is the safest time you have ever had to do this. The noise is low. The audience is gone. The body is steadier. The skill is growing. Now, with all that ground under your feet, you are strong enough to look. Imagine a kintsugi clay pot. In Japan, when a pot breaks, some artists do not throw it away. They glue the pieces back together with gold. The cracks become bright golden lines. The pot is not hidden. The cracks are honored. The pot is more beautiful, more valuable, more loved after the break than before. You are not a damaged person trying to look undamaged. You are a kintsugi person, and your healing turns your cracks into gold lines. There was a woman named Mariam. Mariam had been carrying one quiet wound for 20 years, something that happened when she was a child. She had never told anyone, not her partner, not her best friend, not herself, really. She buried it under work, food, sarcasm, and sleep. In her season of disappearance, she finally sat with it. She did not post about it. She did not write a public essay. She found one safe person, a quiet therapist, and she said the sentence she had never said out loud. The sentence took 90 minutes to come out. She cried so hard she could not stand up. Then, slowly, over months, the wound stopped running her life. Mariam later said, "I did not know I was a house with a fire in the basement until I went down with a small light and looked." So today, heal what you usually hide. You do not have to fix the whole thing in one afternoon. You only have to stop pretending it is not there. Choose one wound, just one. Maybe it is grief. Maybe it is shame. Maybe it is a regret. Maybe it is something done to you. Maybe it is something you did. Sit with it for 10 minutes. Write it one honest sentence. The thing I do not talk about is. Then choose one safe witness: a therapist, a wise friend, a pastor, a journal that no one will ever read. You do not have to tell the world. You only have to stop hiding from yourself. The crack is not your enemy. The hiding is. And please, my friend, hear me on this. Healing is not a straight line. Some weeks the wound will feel almost gone. Some weeks it will roar back as if you never touched it. That is not failure. That is grief moving through layers. Each time you face it, you face a deeper layer. Each time you cry, the crying is a little shorter. Each time you sit with it, the sitting is a little kinder. You are not going backwards. You are going deeper. And going deeper, in the long arc of a life, is the only direction healing actually moves. So from today, say this: I'm turning my cracks into gold. I am not ashamed of being a real person. I am healing in honest light. That is step 7. Heal what you usually hide. Because the wound you ignore will keep writing your story, and you deserve to be the author again. Step 8. Build your private daily order. Step 8 is the bridge between the cabin and the world. You have permission. You have silence. You have clarity. You have a body coming home. You have a skill growing. You have a wound healing. Now you need a small daily order that will hold all of this together when you walk back outside. Most people relapse from their healing because they had inspiration without structure. They felt strong on the retreat, but they had no daily shape. So the old chaos walked back in through the unlocked door. Here is the truth most people never accept. Discipline is not a punishment. Discipline is a love letter from your future self to your present self. It is a small, repeating, "I will not abandon you again." In this season, you are not building a punishing schedule. You are building a gentle, repeatable rhythm that protects everything you have grown. Imagine a garden that was ignored for years. The owner came back, pulled the weeds, planted new seeds, watered them. Then the rains came, and the sun came, and life began again. But here is the secret. The garden did not stay alive on miracles. The garden stayed alive because the gardener showed up at the same time every morning with the same small can of water. Not heroic, not dramatic, just faithful. You are the garden. You are also the gardener. Step 8 is choosing what time you will show up with the watering can. There was a man named Idris. Idris had healed once before. He had done a beautiful season of rest and rebuilding. But within 3 months of returning, his old life had eaten him again. He could not understand why. Then a wise older friend asked him, "What does your morning look like now?" Idris said, "Same as before the retreat." The friend smiled. "Then nothing in your day is protecting the new you." Idris went home and built something simple. He called it his morning shape. Wake at 6, water before phone, 20 minutes of stillness, 20 minutes of his skill, a short walk, then the world. He did not break the rule for 2 years, and the new Idris stayed. So today, build your private daily order. Write down 4 things. The first hour of your morning, the last 30 minutes of your night. One time you move your body. One time you practice your one skill. That is it. 4 anchors. Repeat them every day. Boring is the goal. Boring is sacred. Boring is what keeps the new you alive. Then write your daily order on one card. Keep it where you will see it. On the fridge, on the mirror, on the inside of a notebook. When you are tired, you will not remember who you are becoming. The card will remember for you. And expect this. Some days you will follow your daily order perfectly. Some days you will miss 2 anchors and feel like a failure. Do not punish yourself on those days. Punishment is not the engine of growth. Returning is. The whole secret of a quiet daily order is not in never missing. The whole secret is in the calm, kind return the next morning. Miss a day, return. Miss a week, return. Miss a month, return. The new you is not the one who is perfect. The new you is the one who keeps returning to the watering can. So from today, say this: I'm protecting the new me with a quiet, daily shape. I will keep showing up with the watering can. That is step 8. Build your private daily order. Because the garden does not survive on miracles. It survives on a faithful gardener. Step 9. Return on your own terms. We have arrived at the doorway. Step 9. The return. You did not disappear forever. You disappeared on purpose. Now, slowly, gently, on your own timing, you are walking back into the world, but not as the same person, not on the old terms, not as the version everyone is waiting for. You are returning as the quiet, rebuilt, kintsugi version of yourself, and the world will have to meet that one. Most people return wrong. They sprint back. They explain everything. They apologize for being gone. They try to catch up on every conversation, every notification, every old role. Within a week, they are exhausted, and the season they spent rebuilding becomes a distant dream. Here is the truth most people never accept. You do not owe the old world a fast return. You do not owe anyone the old you. You are allowed to return slowly, partially, and on your own terms. A real return is not a comeback tour. A real return is a slow, warm, deliberate re-entry. Like a swimmer easing into deep water, not a stone being thrown in. Imagine the sun rising on a wide mountain range. The sun does not jump into the sky. It rises slowly. First, a soft glow at the edge, then a thin line of gold, then a wider band of light. By the time anyone looks up, the whole sky is full of morning, but no one saw the exact moment it began. That is your return. Soft glow, thin line of gold, wider band of light. By the time the world notices the new you, it will already be morning, and there will be no dramatic announcement, only warmth. There was a woman named Zara. Zara had taken 6 months almost completely off the grid. Old friends thought she was lost. Old colleagues thought she had given up. When she came back, they expected a big speech, a long post, a list of life lessons. Zara did not give them that. She came back the way the sun rises, quietly. One coffee with one friend, one small project with one client, one short message in the group chat. Hi, I am back, slowly. Within 6 months, the people who really mattered had all been gently re-met. The ones she did not re-meet, she did not need. Zara said, I returned the way I disappeared, on my own terms, in my own time, with my own voice. So today, plan your gentle return. Not yet, maybe, but know how it will look. Pick 3 people you will reach out to first, in a slow, warm, simple way. Pick one small project that will be your first public step. Pick one sentence that you will use, kindly, when people ask, where have you been? A sentence like, I took a quiet season. I'm glad to be back. Slowly. That is enough. You do not owe the rest. Then promise yourself one final rule. The new you will not abandon the new you to please the old crowd. If anyone tries to drag you back into the old shape, you will smile. You will love them from a distance, and you will keep your daily order. The cabin is gone, but its quiet lives inside you now. Notice also the people who greet your return without asking you to prove anything. They will exist. They will be quiet, like you. They will not need a long story. They will simply say, it is good to see you, and mean it. Hold those people close. They are the soil where the new you can keep growing. Let the rest of the world adjust at its own speed. You are not responsible for managing other people's surprise about your becoming. You are only responsible for protecting the becoming itself. So from today, say this: I am returning on my own terms. I am quieter. I am clearer. I am stronger. And I am bringing the new me with me everywhere I go. That is step 9. Return on your own terms. Because you did not heal in private just to lose yourself in public again. So, my friend, look at how far we have walked together. Step 1. You gave yourself permission to disappear. Step 2. You chose your sacred silence. Step 3. You cut the noise without explaining. Step 4. You audited who really sees you. Step 5. You rebuilt your body in private. Step 6. You mastered one skill in the dark. Step 7. You healed what you usually hide. Step 8. You built your private daily order. Step 9. You returned on your own terms. Retreat, reset, rebuild, return. That is the whole arc. That is the whole season. That is what most people never even attempt. And you just walked through it, even if only on the inside today. Now hear this. The version of you watching this video at this moment is not the version that walked in. Something is already shifted. Maybe it is small. Maybe it is just a softer breath, a warmer chest, a quiet thought that says, I'm allowed to do this. That small shift is the beginning of your real return. Not loud, not viral, just real. So stand up for a second, even just in your mind. Put your hand on your chest. Feel your own heartbeat. That heartbeat has stayed with you through every loud season, every wrong room, every misunderstood version of yourself. It deserves a quieter life now. It deserves a rebuilt one. Now repeat this with me, slowly. I am allowed to disappear. I am allowed to be quiet. I am allowed to rebuild without an audience. I am tired, but I am still here. I am healing, and I am becoming. And when I return, I will return as someone the noise can no longer reach. If this video met you in a real place today, do me one last favor. Comment the word rebuild down below. That word is our quiet handshake. It tells me, I was here. I am beginning. I am one of the ones who chose the cabin and the kintsugi and the quiet master. I read every comment. I see you. And subscribe if you have not yet. Not for me, but for the version of you who needs this voice in their ear next month, when the noise comes back, and the temptation to abandon yourself returns, and you need a calm reminder that the rebuild is still possible. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not lost. You are simply in the sacred middle. And the sacred middle is exactly where the strongest people are quietly forged. Remember the 4 words that hold this entire video together. Retreat, reset, rebuild, return. They are not just steps. They are the rhythm of every meaningful life. You will walk this rhythm more than once. There will be more cabins, more candles, more gardens, more sunrises. The skill you are learning today is not how to disappear once. The skill you are learning today is how to come home to yourself anytime the world tries to take you away. Stay strong. Stay soft. Stay rising. I will see you in the next one, my friend.